This is Out of the Box with your host, Jonathan Clark. Out of the Box, Sunday nights at 9 on Q1043.
All right, welcome back. We are joined in the studio by the Glorious Sons. They are from Kingston, Ontario. They recently have been called the biggest thing to come out of that city since another rock and roll quintet we love, the Tragically Hip. The latest album, I will hold it up here, Young Beauties and Fools. All the tour dates, theglorioussons.com. We've got Brett, we've got Jay, we've got Chris. Adam and the other Chris are not here, I take it. They are elsewhere.
They got the day off.
They got the day off. So the gig tomorrow night at Rough Trade, it's Valentine's Day. Maybe somebody's going to get engaged or something like during your show.
Maybe.
Are any of you ordained ministers that like you could perform the ceremony on stage?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Uh-huh. Now that's a clip for a video, right? If you can do that, yeah. There is a connection to the Tragically Hip in this band, though, right?
Yeah.
What is that? Chris
knows him very well. He can speak on that.
My brother was their kind of everyman for 20 some years. So
I was going to say a long time, probably.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He started with them when he was like 18, and he did everything under the sun for them. He started as a drum tech, and anyways, he went on stage manager and all that stuff. So
right.
I know the guys quite well. I knew Gord quite well, and Gord was always incredibly supportive of when I was doing my own music. And
right.
Like that. So he used to come to shows and stuff. So yeah.
That sort of goodbye show that pretty much like the whole world watched.
Yeah.
Were you guys watching that remotely, or were you there, or you?
I was there.
You were there.
And yeah, it was phenomenal.
I was in the town square.
Wow. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, because they had big monitors and stuff like broadcasting it. You guys won a Juno Award for Rock Album of the Year for this late album. So congratulations.
Thank you.
That's fantastic. And this latest album came out in late 2017. So it's been almost a year and a half now out on tour. Are you sick of playing S.O.S? Are you?
No, not really. The crowds keep on getting bigger, and I mean, when we wrote the song, there was a general feeling in the air that we'd done something really good, and it hasn't worn off yet. I still love the song.
And let's not forget to mention that the song went to #1 in America on the rock charts of Billboards. Yeah. You've been really successful in Canada, but when that happens to you in the U.S., when you got the call from Nick or whatever or whoever it was, say, hey, you guys are #1, that's probably got to be a pretty awesome feeling, right?
Yeah, it is, yeah. We're going to go fishing in Cabo.
On your new yacht, right?
No, not yet.
Do you guys write songs when you're on the road? Do you like do the iPhone like voice notes and things like that?
Basically all I do, yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Well, because I read that this latest album came from your iPhone, or some of it anyway, right?
Yeah.
And it was just lying there and you sort of forgot about it, or?
Well, I mean, at that point I didn't really, I think I was a little confused before we went in to write with our producers as to the difference between my personal songs and what band songs were, and they started picking out all these songs that I kind of thought were just crappy personal diaries, I guess. So, I mean, it changed my voice and made me into a more personal writer.
Right, yeah.
But
I remember reading about Pete Townsend and Roger Daltrey, because Pete writes all the lyrics and the music, and, Roger in some interviews would say things like, Pete's really like pouring his heart out in these songs. It's a little weird for me to sing them, but it worked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a different sort of dynamic, right? Yeah. Tell me about that night then you won the Juno Award for the Rock Album of the Year. What was that like? And who presented you the award? Or you weren't there?
We were in a parking lot in Colorado Springs.
Oh, my God.
We were in a trailer park.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you had a gig.
Park.
You had a gig.
Well, we were in between a gig the next night.
Oh, man.
Our guitar tech was more excited than us. Jesse was jumping around like just went absolutely nuts. And we were like, all right, I guess we won. I mean, we figured out because Ian, our manager, messaged us.
Right.
People just started saying congrats, and we thought, I guess
you're like, what?
I guess that means we won.
Remember I had no Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
These guys' phones were blowing up. They're getting like all these congrats.
Oh, yeah. Your phone hadn't been working for like 3 days straight, and you really wanted to get your congrats messages.
Nobody cares.
Wow. Well, so tell me about the Juno's television broadcast. Now, we just had the Grammys here on Sunday in L.A., and, basically, I think there were maybe 2 quote-unquote rock performances during the entire 3-hour show. Rock sort of gets the non-televised portion of the broadcast, and, what's it like on the Junos? Do they really embrace it more, or is it similar?
No,
It's all about the
very
pop?
similar.
Yeah. What do you expect? I mean, that's kind of the way things are going, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, unfortunately,
Well, we got a hand in changing that, and I think that, everything comes back around, and if you believe in the music, it's still there.
Yeah, because there's a lot of rock fans out there. They're selling, you guys are selling a bunch of tickets to all these bands around,
I see a lot of people tweeting about it and getting angry, but why the heck are they watching anyways?
Yeah.
It's a big waste of time, in all honesty.
Maybe they're waiting for like a Kanye stealing a trophy moment or something
Exactly.
like that,
Yeah.
Silly question to ask people from Canada. Did you guys play hockey?
Yeah,
You did.
all 3 of us.
Okay.
Chris played in the church league.
Were you all Leafs fans or
Nah,
no?
no.
Okay.
I don't even. No, there's too many Leafs fans.
These guys are big football fans.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're way more better.
I'm a Bills fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm asking this because of this whole thing you're doing with NBC. It's the nationally televised game between the Penguins and the Flyers. It's live on NBC, Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, February 23rd. Have you ever done an outdoor concert in February before?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It was,
Minus 28.
Come on. Where?
It's terrible.
Niagara Falls.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Were the falls frozen that year? They had to be.
It was pretty
close.
cold.
It was so cold.
Yeah.
that day.
It was like you couldn't feel your fingers. Like Jay compared his
They
fingers
didn't have warmers
to,
on heat, those heat blasters on
they
stage?
had one.
Our keyboard player got it. He was in his T-shirt, and the rest of us were like,
It was like, I did a show in a T-shirt.
my fingers felt like breakfast sausages, just frozen. Like,
Dude, I don't know how you did that, man.
it sounded terrible.
So you got to do like a bunch of
Lot
shots
of
or
energy,
something,
though.
Yeah.
But that's kind of cool that you're doing this during this like nationally televised
Yeah.
hockey game. That's
Yeah.
going to be fun. I'm going to be watching that. And in all of your travels over these last few years, have you had any run-ins with some of your rock idols where it was just sort of like, I can't believe I just met that guy, or I played with that guy, or something like that?
We met the Stones, and we played with them
Really?
last June. So that was
Where was that?
Marseille.
France.
Oh man,
So that-
incredible!
I don't know if we'll ever top that one.
Right.
I
Do you have a Keith Richards or Mick Jagger anecdote?
No, they were
I
just
do.
kind of like polite old men.
Go ahead, Brett. Let's hear it.
Well, Jay, they had these
Oh, yeah.
they had these placemats where you stood to get your picture taken with them, and Jay scooched over beside Keith because he's been his hero for
And like mine and everybody's.
forever.
Yeah.
And Keith walks into the room and looks down. He goes, "Nobody looks at these fucking things anyways," and he sits right beside me. And that's kind of been like our relationship for 20 years. Jay working really hard and me getting all the.
But the way you describe Keith is like how I think everyone sort of imagines him.
Yeah.
He's just like a normal dude, like just, all right, let's who are these guys? All right, you guys are awesome,
Yeah,
They were
came
very
and got
nice.
us right when we were done our set, so we were all like wet and
They were
gross.
disgusting.
sweaty, yeah.
Mick came up to me and goes, "How was it then? Hot?" that was my back.
And you're like, no, I'm
Jagger.
freezing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
We're with the Glorious Sons in this studio. The latest album is Young Beauties and Fools. Rough Trade in Brooklyn tomorrow night, Thursday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. All the tour dates at theglorioussons.com. If you guys, and I'm sure you've been asked this before, give me your top 5 Canadian bands of all time. I have a feeling I might know 1 or 2 of them, but I'd like to hear what your favorite
I'm
bands
so
are.
horrible at top lists, but I would put the Hip at number 1 probably.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
The Guess Who had some good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a gigantic Matt Mays fan. I don't know if you know who that is.
Oh, wait, who?
Matt Mays.
Uh-uh.
Cocaine Cowgirl.
Okay.
He's one of my top 5 at least.
I could get behind that, probably.
And nobody else.
April Wine, Canada's finest vintage.
Wait, no Rush?
No.
No. Wow.
Not Rush fan.
Geddy Lee was sitting in that chair like literally 2 weeks ago.
I got nothing against the man.
I
Yeah.
bet you they're lovely people.
Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of the style of music.
Closer to the heart is sweet.
Yeah.
Other than that.
It's okay.
Well, I want to talk about the song that has gone to #1 in America. We were talking about it before, S.O.S, which stands for Sawed Off Shotgun. What can you tell us about the song? The title doesn't sound like a Canadian rock song title. Sawed Off Shotgun. It sounds a little American for obvious reasons, but
The
We got shotguns in Canada.
oh, I know.
closed up hockey rink just didn't have the same ring to it.
Well, tell me about that song.
Well, I mean, it's kind of just, it's about the things that, I mean, North Americans are dealing with in general. I mean, we got a big pharmaceutical problem. Everybody kind of feels like they're helpless, and we've got a gun problem. So, I mean, it's better to talk about it than to push it under the rug.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, I could guarantee you could look into your own life and kind of, I bet you could bring up, you wouldn't be able to count how many people you know that have come on hard times. So.
Well, I think that's what's unique about Brett's lyrics and his voice in this game, because, like, you got all these people all over the world riddled with anxiety, and, they're on pharmaceutical drugs, and all the songs are about shaking your ass in the club, and, like, nobody's talking about the things that Brett's writing about. So I think that gives us a unique voice in this.
Absolutely. We're going to play it right now. It is the Glorious Sons. Everyone go out and get the latest album, Young Beauties and Fools, and see them on tour. All the tour dates, theglorioussons.com. Brett, Jay, Chris, thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
And stay safe on the road, and we'll see you back here real soon.
All right.
This is Out of the Box with your host, Jonathan Clark. Out of the Box, Sunday nights at 9 on Q1043.